Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is Cold Steel 2. We are on the Courageous and we've got a lot to do because there's so many people we need to talk to, so many locations we ought to visit, because the shrines, they are our target. That's where we get the Sumerian ore to make a weapon. We got a few new people on board and everybody on board has something to say. And I couldn't get off the ship because Toa had her own messages as well, or else I would have equalized everyone's level to 94. But let's just start out with that and then go around the entire ship. Pick up the location of some more students. Like I said, plenty of things to do. Oh, Rean, did you see the request from Klein and Heimdallr? Yeah, it sounds like they've run into something pretty serious. You've read the details too, right? About an airliner being hijacked and the passengers being taken hostage? Yeah, this would usually be a matter for one of the armies, but with the war going on, they can't spare the manpower. That's when two of them decided to step in and take matters in their own hands. And if we can, we'll be sure to go and help them out too. Where did it say they were currently waiting? The Isengard range? Right? Right. Apparently the hijacked airliner is being kept somewhere near there. I know their exact coordinates too, so just let me know when you're ready to go and we'll get you right there. Yes. Getting Angie back in perfect health is such a big worry of my mind. Now I just want to see Crow again. Well, I did kinda see him when you were on the Pentacruel, but we didn't get the chance to talk or anything. Sorry about that. Valimar and I won't rest until we make that happen though. I promise you, we will bring him back. It just might take some time. I can't wait. Until you do, I'll try to be the best captain I possibly can. Which we already know she is. And there it is. We can now finally get out of here, but it's not time for that yet. Alright, let's check this thing. So we have 3 optional quests, non-mandatory. I think the mandatory one is getting a Sumerian ore from all the shrines. Ooh, and a giant list of students. Well, Klein and Heimdallr, we know that's at the Isengard range. Hiding out at the Isengard range, currently in pursuit of a missing airliner. Stefan, once sighted at Ruhr Institute of Technology. Presence, whereabouts unknown. So we need to go to the Ruhr Institute of Technology to find that out. Sighted in Ruhr. Sighted at the Swartz Drake Barrier. Yeah, that's where we talked to her. Sighted along Northia Highway. Ooh, Kenneth! That's the one I'm really interested in. So if we find him, we might be able to reunite him with Annabelle. And that is always a nice thing. Alright, we already saw where one of the sisters were. Yeah, they won't leave each other's side anytime soon. Oh, are the two of you helping out on the bridge? Oh, that's right. I've decided to join the crew as a radio officer. Sounds like I've got plenty of work in store for me, but I'm up for the challenge. She's always had magic hands when it comes to communication equipment. Perhaps she was inspired by the desire to bridge the gap between her and a handsome gentleman from afar. Oh, that's so not it. Oh, anyway, I'll do my best to earn my keep aboard the Courageous, so please let me know if there's anything you need. You bet, thanks. Our country is basically stuck in an unending nightmare, but everything suddenly feels so fun now that we're back together. So now it's time for us to make things fun for everyone else on board too. Or we could try doing the jobs that they actually ask us to do. Now that I'm here, I intend to serve the Courageous to the best of my ability as our ship's radio officer. Oh, don't forget to tell them about how well you're going to serve them to our ship's other sexiness officer too. Can you cool it with the sexiness officer stuff, Vivi? Yeah. Cause or else maybe some of the students would take it seriously. And that is a whole heap of trouble we do not want to engage with. What happened to Angelica? Who's operating the Courageous now? Oh, sorry. Of course you'd freak out a little. We're in the middle of testing an autopilot mechanism for the ship, actually. With things how they are, there's a definite chance Angie will need to leave her seat and help us however she can in the future. So we thought it would be a good idea to test it now that things are relatively calm over in eastern Erebonia. Ah, I see. Well, that does make sense. Sometimes I have to wonder what the ship can do. I can see that. It's about as cutting edge as you are going to find anywhere right now. Anyway, I think Angie's hanging out with George in the hold right now. If you need her for something, try there. Alright, thanks. The courageous autopilot functionality is currently engaged. It's a relief that Marquis Rortner was willing to honorably withdraw from the Alliance. The Northern Provincial Army still stands, but I expect that he will remain true to his word and not enter the fray again. I get the feeling that the Marquis would get along well with my father, were they to meet under different circumstances. Yeah, cause they are both honorable men. Well, depending if the Marquis will hold on to his decision not to interfere with the war again, which I am hoping that he is. Alright, that's the bridge. Let's go level by level, like we always do. Oh, and I'm wondering once again, like, how many places will have different text, and do we need to talk to everyone on those locations as well? We know there's things to do in Roar. There's even one person that needed help, but we said we'd be back later. So there's a good chance that Roar have different text, but we'll have to check other places as well. Like, we still have a fishing spot and a Twin Dragon Bridge that we need to take care of. So yeah, so much. Alright, we've got the challenges here, which I do need to start with anytime soon. Oh, I feel a lot better now that we've got Angelica piloting the ship. Sure, I got used to it, but she seemed like she was born for the job. I arrived just in time too. We've been needing a gunnery officer, so I've been thinking about taking that up. Sounds like a plan. Alan, cut the chit-chat and get focused. You owe me 100 trusts. Get to it. Right. Was that my fault? Oh no, not at all. I've been so worried about Bridget that I haven't been able to focus on anything else. That's why I asked Loggins to give me the most grueling training program he could think of. Damn it, Alan! If you don't focus, I'll focus my foot up your ass. What? Do you think this is some kind of game? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I will put my foot so far up your ass you will be tasting leather. Alan really needs to loosen up. Getting all worked up like that can throw a whole day of practice down the drain. I know. I get that he's worried about his lady and all, but when you're training, you gotta focus on training and nothing else. Guess I've got to work him so hard he won't have the energy to worry about anything else. Might as well pay your respects now. Friedel's way better at this kind of training than I am, but I've got to make do. Complaining about what you don't have is just a waste of time. True. Work with what you got and try to make the best of it. It's been so long, I felt like I just had to throw on my lacrosse uniform. Wearing it again feels like the most natural thing in the world. Maybe I should ditch my regular uniform for this. Now I'm in the mood for some good old-fashioned practice. Then I'll be ready for action once Theresia and Ferris are here. First up, 1,000 swings. Should be a solid warm-up. Oh, and if you want to get in on all the training action, just let me know. Well, I should do it in this part. Ooh, Elliot. Oh, back when I was in Roar, Chairman Arena asked me to keep doing Orbital staff reports. You know, like I did back in the academy. You'd think she'd be too focused on the war to be worried about research and stuff, but I guess that's just how she is. Yeah. Alright, but we haven't gotten the magical challenges yet. I think once we have that, that's when we need to start focusing on doing some more of the challenges. Oh, I'm so glad that both you, her mother and Angelica are safe. That the Courageous was able to help in rescuing them both made me very proud indeed. Thank you for your kindness, Your Highness. I'm sure my mother will be just fine now since she has Sharon to help too. I'll be doing my best to help out everyone here, just like I've been doing all this time. Oh, I'm sure I speak on behalf of everyone in expressing my happiness about that. With your mother safe, that leaves you free to focus your mind on others you care about as well. Why was her eyes pointed towards me? Yeah, such as the upstanding Rean here. I knew it. Wait, what? Your Highness, I mean... I'm getting the impression my presence here is making things far more awkward at an alarming rate. I can't let myself be shown up. I'll have to prepare my very own plan of attack. Your Highness is not what you think, really. Oh, it totally is, and then some. Princess Elvin's blatantly incorrectly comment aside, it's a real relief to know that Roar is safe and sound now. We've still got work to do though, so let's keep it up. We will. Prince Elvin's blatantly incorrect comment. Yeah, what a funny one indeed though. Right. Let's see how all they are doing at the shopping district. And, of course, let's not forget the front deck as well. Oh, even if we aren't able to get him on board, it's such a relief to hear that the client's doing okay. Even if whatever he's up to does sound really dangerous. Now that I think about it, maybe I'm not as relieved as I thought I was. Even when we're not able to get him on board, it's such a relief to hear that the client's doing okay. Even if whatever he's up to does sound really dangerous. Now that I think about it, maybe I'm not as relieved. Oh. Yeah, twice is enough. Wow, this is one of the tasty looking dishes I've ever seen. Not that as much, but let me give you these for your trouble. Thank you. Alright. While we're at it, might have a little look. Yeah, we're getting there, but we're definitely not there yet.
Well, if I must. Would you expect anything less? Well,
maybe.
if I must.
Doesn't look like it's his, but
Would
no.
you? Sure.
Yeah, he's
I don't
definitely a good cook.
Guess this'll have to do. Sure.
Come on,
I don't
if you
mind.
say you can't cook it, fail at it, Machias.
Guess this'll have to do.
Okay, let's give this a try. There we go.
Okay,
Sure,
one more
I don't
Machias,
mind.
and one more chance to fail.
Let's pretend this never happened.
Thank you very much. Alright, we also have this.
Well, if I must.
Are you a salad man?
Done.
He
You'll
is.
enjoy this.
Bagna Coda. Never heard of it. Gorgeous fondue. Well, we already have it made. It's just been given away.
Well,
Is this
if I
one
must.
also for you? A rice cracker?
Done.
Yes.
You'll enjoy this.
You are a bit of a rice cracker, aren't you? I think that's it. I think we now did all recipes except the sweet blue special one. That is good. And for fishing, I think these three might be at the Twin Dragon Bridge, but like I said, we are getting there. Closer and closer to completing everything. Perfect. Oh, you're gonna put him there, are you? Yep, great choice, huh? A good bedroom has gotta be fun, right? So, if you ever want to take a nap in here, you're more than welcome to snuggle him. You might end up dreaming of Grams if you do, though. I appreciate the offer, but no, definitely not. Never. Thanks, ever. Yeah, that's why I picked, that's why I changed the bonding event. I want to see the teddy bear. Anyway, now we've got some Marine ore to worry about, huh? We've got to look into the stuff before the intent division, but we couldn't figure out anything useful about it. What do you think it's gonna look like? I can't wait to see. Yeah, and I'm hoping that if we do all four, we might get some pieces for our own equipment. I wouldn't mind having some Marine weapons. With the northern provincial army bowing out of the war, everyone over in the highlands can finally breathe easy. The chance of things to take a turn for the worse has always loomed over us, but that shouldn't be the case now. Yeah, it's a relief for me too, but I can only imagine how much bigger it is for you. Let's just say I owe you all a lot for making this happen. And now I can focus entirely on my work as part of Class 7 and start paying you back for that. I've played my part to protect my first home. Now it's time to bring peace to my second one too. While Culver still could pose a threat, it shouldn't be a cause for concern in the immediate future. Which means I can focus myself entirely on protecting my second homeland. Whatever you need, I'll be there for you to help. Alright, so the thing is, yeah, they're not trouble now, but if we push the alliance into a corner, for instance, if we take down another one of the 4 houses, then maybe they feel the need to add help from the outside. And I can imagine they would jump at the chance to take over this country. So yeah, we have to be careful with that. Oh, we better get cracking on exploring those spirit shrines. That request from Phantom Thief does worry me a little, but I'd like to keep an eye on him myself to make sure he doesn't cause you any trouble, whether or not you decided to do it. It'd be a shame if you had to divert your focus this time wasting shenanigans when you've got plenty else to take care of. Yeah, but where is it? It's at the Blue Cross. So maybe the medical bay on this ship? A Phantom Thief sending you a request does concern me, but I'll keep an eye out for him myself. The last thing I want is him mucking up what you're trying to do. Phew, nice to see things have finally calmed down back in my hometown. Instructor Mary being safe and sound is just icing on the cake. Now all we need to do is find Uncle Makarov and Bridgie. By Bridgie, you mean Bridget from the Wind Orchestra, right? Yep, she's my bestest friend in the whole wide world. Oh man, now I'm really fired up to go find her. I'm pretty sure Bridget is not a fan of that nickname. Hopefully it doesn't spread before she's here to squash it. We need to take back the academy soon, so I can get Instructor Mary and Uncle Makarov back in the same place. And once I do, I can get back to playing the ultimate matchmaker and finally get them together. I'm sure by the time Cold Steel 4 comes around, I'm sure you will have managed. Is it true? Did Klein send you a request? If you get a chance, I really like it if you could try and help him. Right when the war broke out, he put himself in the line of fire to let us first years escape. I owe him a lot. Yes, he did, and we are going to help him. So much money, and I got so little. Yeah, this is the other reason why I probably just spent quite a significant amount of time getting the resources to buy everything. I think for now, let's just focus on the weapons of our current party. Alright. Do we have exchange? Nope, absolutely nothing. Well, I could probably do some normal stuff, but I'm also pretty sure that we might be able to get level 3 Sepith to 4 quartz for our students. Ah, I hear that you guys in road now. We did then I have the decency to tell us he's fine after helping us escape. I'm gonna have to smack him a belter when I see him. That you definitely need to do. Ooh, different boards. Yeah, but this is like icing on the cake. If I have new material over by the end of it, then we'll get it. Until then, yeah, we're gonna stick to our guns. Ooh, and we have leveled up on the fishing things, so we might be able to get these things. Ah, we have them equipped, okay. Because I wouldn't mind having this. It's pretty good. Defense 3. Shield 3. Well, if I can buy it, I won't make it. If you can't buy it, then I will make it here so we can also get a better Valimar orb. So yeah. Oh, so much to do, so many resources needed that I don't have yet. Yeah, it's almost maddening. Oh well, I do have a tendency to be able to grind in a pretty good pace, so. And we are getting towards the ending of the game, I'm sure of it. With 70 hours, we should be, I think, about 80% there. So, resource-wise, we wouldn't need so much more. If we buy all the quartz they need and unlock all their slots, I think we should be mostly done with the spending of it. Just mixing it around with any new thing we get. And yeah, that's gonna be a thing on its own. But let's go to the kitchen. There it is. I expected it to be here, and according to the map, it definitely is. So, shall we get back here if we still have time left after talking to everyone? One more game, just one more. By all means, continue embarrassing yourself by challenging me again and again without so much as a moment to calm down. Billiards is a game that requires a cool head. Much like chess, actually. I'm a chess expert. Don't you tell me what it is or isn't like chess, and stop acting so damn arrogant. Uses is offering Maki some solid advice, not that he'll ever take it. Well, he might take it, but he will never admit to taking it. I'll show him, and I don't need his damn advice to do it. Suit yourself, but it is good advice. Getting all heated isn't going to help you win here. Oh, hearing it from you doesn't make me like it any better. Yeah, because he knows Uses is right. It does take much to set him off, doesn't it? He's legitimately blind to the fact that his anger is the only thing preventing him from competing with me on equal footing too. True, because I think Uses sees that he is worthy enough. And 5 new ones as well. Like before, we're gonna pick the 5 lowest links in order to do that, but I will definitely do that in between the episodes. So many people, so many locations. Imperial Chronicle Radio is Heimdallr got a relay station all across the country, so people can tune in basically anywhere, which is why they pride themselves on being the #1 news station in all of Erebonia. Which would be great if it wasn't a lie. The Noble Alliance has total control over them now, so they just sing their praises. #1 news station, my foot. They're absolutely useless for actual news. The future of radio is bleak indeed. Feeling... I don't have the mirror right now. It's kind of depressing, actually. I want to know what would happen if I tried that. Oh, they worked on our kitchen appliances back in war when we were getting maintenance on the ship. Both the stove and the fridge are as good as new. The private company certainly lives up to its reputation. Alright, a lot of ingredients. Don't have much money. No, I don't have the money for that. It can wait, it can wait. Oh, I reconfirmed the location of the 4 Spirit Shrine in eastern Erebonia so that we can be sure where we're going. There's one on Gorelia By Road, one in the Northern Highlands, one on Ebel Highway, and last but not least, the one on Norcia Highway. If what Celine says is correct, we should be able to obtain some Sumerian ore from within them too. Sure, if you can make it through the trials, but that's not going to be easy. Honestly, I don't even know whether you're even strong enough. You're just going to have to try your luck. Our chances will be even better if you'd actually warned us. Now we get to go in blindly and unprepared and hope we don't get killed. Well, whatever. We wouldn't have ended up taking on these trials one way or another. We might as well stop complaining and get it on with it, or we'll never be able to make that blade for Valimar. Well, I suppose that's true. Well, we'll let you take your pick as to which shrine to explore first. Just let Celine and I know when you're going to do so. We want to come with you. Same here. Got it, will do. I've told Toe and the rest of the crew on the bridge where the spirit shrines are located. Celine and I are supposed to help with the matters concerning the Divine Knights after all. We'll do whatever it takes to make sure we get our hands on some Sumerian ore too. Well, the trials waiting for us at the spirit shrines are not going to be friendly. At least it'll be a good way for you to prove your worth as Valimar's Awakener. Yeah, and if we overcome it, we'll be stronger for it. I'm sticking with you for a while, so I can look after everyone. Both inside and out of the spirit shrines. Fine by me, I appreciate the help. And since he is locked in position for us, there is a chance that we'll run across some particular Jaeger from our family tree. Ah, the Sumerian ore you're seeking is occasionally found in small amounts when exploring ruins, dating back to the ancient Sumerian civilization. I never would have imagined there were places in Erebonia built to accumulate entire crystals of it. Incredible. It sounds like I have plenty of history, legend, and lore to learn from Celine. Sumerian ore is still a substance shrouded in mystery, so I'd love to see a crystal of it. Do make a good effort to bring one back here, wouldn't you? Yes, we will. I'm finally getting back into the habit of writing again. Between my time at Thor's and things I've seen during the war, it felt like a good time to write something topical. The only problem being is that I keep swaying towards more targeted content. I know I shouldn't, but once I start writing, I simply can't contain myself. The hard one's what it wants, Rean. After such a long break from writing, I just can't control myself. I hope you're ready, you naughty boys, because I'm about to put everything you've been up to in my head on paper. Yeah, as interesting as it is, I don't know if we are wanting to see it. We'll see. I wonder if there's actually a bookcase with her books on it. Probably. But again, the question will then be, do we actually want to read about it? It's plain to see that Valimar serves as a ray of hope for the downtrodden. With a better weapon, you two will be able to do even more amazing things. So I'm all for it. Just don't forget that power you hold exists to protect people, not to harm them. In this dark war, Valimar stands as a ray of hope for the downtrodden. Yes, he is. Alright. Easy one on that. One level left to go. And then we can leave it there, and in between the episodes I can go down to the road, grind a few more Sepith, Mirror and all that kind of stuff, and rebuild our characters with the new quartz, which I am relatively sure we'll find here. Oh, Toe is testing the courageous autopilot function right now. I figured it might as well use the time to take a break, and came out this way. Naturally, once we decide on our next destination, I'll be guiding the ship as boldly and truly as ever. I'm amazed at how well you've already taken to being our helmsman. It's pretty incredible, to be honest. Oh, I appreciate it, but I'm afraid I don't have the courageous nearly as well tamed as my Orbital bike. Yet, anyway. Oh, speaking of, let me thank you again for leaving the bike in my care. I'm glad I finally had the chance to return it to you personally. Oh, there's no need for that, my friend. I know you've been getting quite a bit of use out of her. I even noticed a few little Rean-specific customizations on her last time I checked, so it'd be rude to ask for her back. In fact, I hereby declare you her rightful owner. Just make sure you keep treating my old partner well, got it? Oh, I don't know what to say except thank you so much. If you're gonna keep riding my trusty old partner, you better get treating her right. As for me, I'm going to have George build me a new one once we take Thor's back. This year's model, if you will. Who'd have thought there were whole crystals of Sumerian ore just waiting for someone to clear some trials to take them? Not me, that's for sure. Still, now that we know they exist, we should be able to get enough for that giant sword. Yeah, honestly, convincing Professor Smith to help us out probably going to be tougher than getting the ore. Oh George, I'm amazed you actually decided to ask him for help in the first place. I don't think I've ever heard you get through a sentence about him without at least one groan or sigh. Whoa, don't get me wrong here, I don't want to do this, but as a former student of his, I know how talented he is. And we're not in a situation where we can pass up capable helpers just because they're incredibly unpleasant. If we can get him what he wants, he'll do an amazing job for us, assuming he doesn't lose interest halfway through. Right, anyway, I better get back to ore gathering now. We'll worry about giving him interested later. We'll have to. Good luck. Just one crystal of Sumerian ore should be enough to get started. Once I get a good look at it, I should be able to figure out if it's even possible to make a Valimar-sized weapon out of it. Best of luck getting your hands on one. I don't want one, I want all of them. But that's still not new master quartz, really. Yes, level 3s. Alright. Let's buy one of these for now. Because we know what they're used for, right? And I don't have money to customize the weapons just yet. That'll have to wait a little bit. Yeah, I've heard the rumors about how magnificent Celine is. Though, I guess I wouldn't turn down the chance to make something out of it if someone offered. That someone won't be me. If you have some extra lying around, I'll gladly take it off your hands. Yeah, that probably ain't gonna happen. Let's create. Yes, Speed Orb 3. Oh, defense. Okay. I get it. I don't think that's the one we're using anyway. Power plus 500. Don't say no to that. 10 extra speed. And this is our final build that will give Valimar speed over defense anytime. My structure does indeed seem to be made from that of Sumerian ore. Overall combat prowess being stimulated by the affinity between Awakener and armament is also made clear by observing your Azure Knight. So if I had a Teichi you could equip, it might be able to compete with him on a more even footing. I'll try and get one, okay? Just wait a little while longer. Acknowledged. Yeah. I do wonder if he'll ever get his memories back. That would be a story to tell. I've been trying to look after Falcom as well as I can, but he's not showing any signs of his old vitality. He's a really strong, speedy horse, but look at him now. You'd think he was ready to give up the ghost. He must really miss Lambert. Uses his knife, make for lousy substitutes, but I want us to do whatever we can to try and cheer him up. No matter what we do, the surest way to get Falcom back to his old self again is to reunite him with Lambert. I just hope we can do that soon. Alright, so that's everyone on the Courageous, and I have to say, it's so much that we almost need an entire episode just to talk to everyone, and I think we might have what I think is the structure that we still have left, we might have like 3 or 4 different times that we need to do this, so you know when it's coming, be ready for it. Alright, so for now I think I'm going to leave it here. Next time we're going to start off with the blue blank side quest that's on this ship. I think we already saw the symbol in the medical room, so I'm sure it's over there. I'm going to see if we can solve it, because as always, before we head over to the shrines, the main thing I want to do is make sure that we've done all 3 optional side quests, because the shrines, in my opinion, is the main one, so the optional ones always go first. And let's be honest, before then there are plenty of other places we're going to go to. We're going to go to all big locations, like the Fortress, the Proving Grounds, Roar, Twin Dragon Bridge, Keldic, and we're just going to look around to see if everyone is saying something different, or if they're still saying the same as before, which I hope, because that means we don't have to talk to the entire village. But if it is, we'll manage and talk to everyone as well, just to see if we can learn something, and even more importantly, more quests, more items, more recipes, because that's what we want. But that's for next time. Until then, I wish you all a great night, morning, day, wherever you are, and if you're still here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and be back next time as we're gonna start all our side quests. See you then. Bye bye.